Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my baby naming video. In the past pregnancies, I have done this a lot earlier. However, with just timing and life happening and all the other fun stuff, I just haven't gotten around to it, but I finally feel like I have an opportunity, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to do both girl and boy names in this video. Just consolidate it. We are having a baby girl. I am almost 30 weeks pregnant. Here's my list, but let's just do a bump shot real quick. I've got a shirt that says Mama and Baby with little bears on it. I actually wore this shirt when we did our pregnancy announcement, just for family and friends. So, yeah, figured why not do a baby naming video. I will start with the girl names. My first name is Clara. If my husband would have let me use this name, I would, because it sounds so feminine, so princessy, so fun, and I just love it. And for reference, our naming style is, for girls, it's ultra feminine, it's strong, it has strong meaning behind it, so a lot of what we look for in deciding a name has those sorts of elements into it. Another name I like is Amara. It's one that I've liked since I was little. I don't like it enough to really want to name my baby that, but I think it's so pretty when I hear it. Clarine, another form of Clara, again, just super beautiful. Amy Jane. I didn't like this name until I was looking up baby girl names and I found this one and I'm like, you know what, it just sounds so like it's old-fashioned, it's feminine, it's cute, it's strong. I love it. I think it's beautiful. Elise is another name that I think is cute. I don't think it really fits along with my personal naming style, but I do like it. Eloise, we did think about using that name in my last pregnancy. However, we decided on her current name, which we just thought was beautiful. Delilah, I feel like it's a name we have considered. It's not something my husband can fully get behind, but I would have totally named her Delilah, and an offshoot of that would be Lila, which again is so beautiful. I do love it. Anna Lee is another one, not quite Annalise, but Anna Lee. I think it's just beautiful. Emma Lynn is another name that I really think is beautiful. I love, like, I've been like gravitating towards some double barrel names, so Emma Lynn I think is another absolutely beautiful name. Willow is another great name. Again, my husband just doesn't like that name at all. Charlene is gorgeous. It was my great-grandmother's name. I would have loved to use it. My husband, just as much as he likes the meaning behind it, he's not a big fan of the name itself. I will not be sharing baby girl's name on camera. We have decided that our kids' names stay off of camera. But we, when we found the name that we do like for baby girl, it does have a very strong meaning behind it. It is very feminine, and it's just something that we both really, really like, and it kind of goes along with our other kids' names. Now, for boy names, we have Elijah. It's a name my husband has always loved. For some reason, he didn't want to use it this time around. I don't really know why, because we thought about using it in the past. If any of our other girls would have been a boy, but he doesn't. I'm just not really sure why he didn't want to use it. Elliot is another one I like. Again, he just doesn't like it. Adam, I feel like is a very strong name. For my husband, he doesn't like it because Adam fell in the Garden of Eden. So he doesn't quite fully like that name for that reason. I believe he might come on here and correct me, and feel free, babe, if you want to. But yeah, I believe that's the reason why. Moses, I don't know why my husband doesn't like the name Moses. Like, Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt. It's such a strong name. Clarence. I have been begging my husband to name a boy Clarence had we had another son. He will not get behind it. I do not know why. I love the name. I think for him, he doesn't like the name because it sounds like an old man. I love a good name that sounds like an old man or a old woman. I love those names that just something about that feel. It just sounds so beautiful and feminine. I love like old people's names. It's a thing for me. Judah or Jude. Had we had a boy with the baby that we lost last year. We did have a miscarriage last year. If you are new here, I have a playlist talking about that on my channel. I will link it down below. Had we had a boy, we had, I don't remember if it was Jude or Judah, but that would have been the name we would have named that baby, had that baby been a boy. We do not know whether or not that baby was a girl or a boy. It was too early on. And using it this time around, for me, I would have used it for my husband. I really don't know why. I'm wondering if it's his preference changing, or possibly because of the miscarriage last year. I mean, that would have been that name that we would have used, so maybe it's just some emotional attachment to it. By the way, going back to girl names for a quick minute, Esther is another name that I really like. It's the name we would have named the girl last year had we not lost the baby and she was a girl. We had picked out that name. So again, I think kind of those two names together, because those two would have been the names, I feel like is a big reason why we just are not using those names this time around. We never named the baby, but those would have been the names we would have picked out had we not lost that baby last year. And this time we do have a separate name entirely, which is good. I think that that's one of those things where it's like, you know, just because we don't know whether or not we had a girl or a boy last time around doesn't mean we really need to use those names this time around, because this is a new pregnancy, a new life, a new gift. And I think just some of the emotions surrounding it, I guess, I mean, if that's what you feel like you want to do, I'm not opposed to it. Had my husband and I had that discussion and agreed to it, like, I don't think either one of us would have been opposed to it, but I do feel like internally that's one of the reasons why we chose not to use both either Jude/Judah or Esther, just because those two would have been the names had we lost that child. My daughter did actually name that baby Cheese, and that was, I think, her way of coping. So when we referenced that baby, we referenced that baby as Cheese. I think that was just kind of her way of coping and putting a name to the child, and just her way of like, this baby's Cheese. So we've decided that that's what that baby's name is, the one who is currently with Jesus and in heaven. So yeah, this video was not supposed to be about miscarriage. This video was supposed to be about name ideas, but because those were some of the names we were thinking about, I felt I go where either I feel like the Lord leads me in this video. But yeah, if you are going through pregnancy loss, I am so sorry. It is not an easy thing to go through. I have been through it. I have a whole journey on my YouTube channel for it, so I will leave that down below. But just know that you are not alone, and don't be afraid to seek help and support in that time of your life. It was not easy for me. And so now the Lord has blessed my womb again. I am excited. I am looking forward to baby girl coming here not long after the new year. And yeah, I keep praying for a healthy baby, and so far everything looks good and I'm healthy and things are going well. But when you're in the thick of going through pregnancy loss, it's not easy. And just know I'm praying for you, and that your loss is seen, no matter how early or late your loss was or is, or if you're going through it right now. You're not alone. I'm praying for you. Get your community together, get your help. Let others know that you are going through this, because the last thing you want to do is go through something like this by yourself. Anyway, let's move on to the remaining boy names. Another boy name I have is Jonah. I think it's a cute name. I don't like it for the sole fact of Jonah got swallowed up by a whale, and that's what it would remind me of. But I do think it's a good, strong name. Ezra is another one. Not something my husband really likes in terms of a name, but, you know, I'd get behind it if you wanted to. Gideon is another very strong name that we absolutely love and would consider if the Lord blesses us again. I'm not saying that's the name we will use if the Lord blesses my womb again and he blesses us with another son, but it is a name that we are highly considering should the Lord bless us with another son in the future. I don't know what the future holds. We don't you know, up to this point, we really don't have a plan other than to just go one day at a time, let the Lord do what He's going to do with not only pregnancy and having children, but also with whatever the Lord has planned for our future. And as of right now, we're preparing for a baby and a couple other things going on in our lives, but it's just, we're in an exciting season. And the last name I have is Silas, a name I've always liked growing up. A name my mom has always talked about growing up, and it's just a name that I would name, you know, I would consider naming my son, should my husband ever want to name our son that. Anyway, that is everything on my baby naming list for this time around. If you are new here, I do videos focusing on beauty and lifestyle, and my goal on this platform is to share my love for beauty, as well as my love for Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. If that's what you're into, hit that subscribe button, and if not, but you still want to stick around, hit that subscribe button. And as you can tell by this video, I'm currently pregnant, so I do have some more of that content coming. Anyway, I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.